Hey guys, welcome to another episode on Break a Bolt. On today's episode, actually we're going to start a mini series of a Mini Cooper which we're going to convert to a mini truck. And on top of that, we're going to do it within a week. So let's get rolling. So this is our candidate. It's a '05 Mini Cooper convertible. We've taken the convertible roof off and started dismantling some of the pieces, but yeah, this car started as a regular Mini Cooper with an automatic transmission, but it's been converted to a manual. On top of that, it has been done an engine swap with a Mini Cooper S, so it's supercharged now. But the whole idea is for us to change this Mini Cooper into a truck.
Oh man!
That was
Bruh.
scary. That was a bit scary.
It went back inside.
To the house, not to the car.
Oh man!
So yeah, that was a mouse. But anyway, so
that's another that's the third one, right?
yeah, that's the family. So yeah, like I said, it's a Mini Cooper convertible. We're trying to convert it into a truck within a week. That's the catch. First of all, we started dismantling the whole roof and taking off all the electrics. And now we're going to start cutting all these side panels, which we don't actually need because those are to hold the convertible top. So yeah, let's get going.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right.
Alright, so we're done cutting all the panels from the the convertible top. So now it's empty. So if you can see, it's fully removed. Let's try to start making the frame for the bed at this point and start figuring out where you want to put it. It's not much of a big bed, but you know, it should look cool at the end. So let me start doing some measurements and getting all the positioning and figure out where we want to put all these pieces. So here's our convertible roof from the Mini Cooper. We're trying to make a mold out of this and then rebuild it up, but currently as it sits, there are some stretches like around here in the middle, and we try to fill that with expanding foam and try to make it into shape, but it did not go as we planned. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sand it down as much as we could, and then at that point we're gonna cover it with aluminum foil, so then we could start laying the fiberglass mold over it. So yeah, let's keep going.
To the sun. Close to the sun.
So the convertible top was sagging, so we used some sandbags to hold the weight down, and we wrapped the whole thing in foil. It's not perfect. There's a lot of marks and things like that. So okay, so we're gonna build the fiberglass mold and then work on the mold to get a smoother finish compared to this. But yeah, this is what it is. So the whole roof, or at least the part of the roof what we're gonna use, is covered in foil, and now we're gonna just lay some fiberglass and get it going.
Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun.
next day. So we finally finished making the fiberglass mold for the roof, and it's drying. So let me show you what we did last night. So here's the mold. It's drying up. I'm not a composite person, so I don't know. It's a fiberglass. It's not the chopped fiberglass. It came as a cloth. I'll try to get the information on it and throw it in the description if possible. So yeah, we did like 3 layers of this sheet, and now it's drying up. There's a lot of imperfections underneath the the surface of it, so we'll probably have to take it out, do some bondo or glazing putty and get those filled up. Here's the resin. It's basically a 2-part resin. We had to mix it with, so that's what it is if you're curious about it. So anyways, while the roof is drying up, we cleaned up most of the trunk space and started measuring stuff out and buying all the necessary tubings and whatnot. So we're gonna do it with aluminum square tubes. I believe it's 1/20th by 1 inch. And yeah, now it's time to start building the frame for here. So the plan is to add 2 cooler boxes and make it to a bench around there, so you could technically sit. So the car is not gonna have a big how do you say, a flatbed. It's mostly for cosmetics and things like that. We're not gonna haul anything in here. It's more like a car you take it to the beach, so you could just take it, park it there, and sit in the back and enjoy the sunset. First thing I'm trying to think to do is to build a flow panel here, so I could start setting up the coolers and then go from there. So yeah, let's keep going. So here's the cooler box setup. I put both cooler boxes there together and filled up with foam to give it some rigidity and some protection from moving around. I did cover up the fuel pump cover, I believe. Yeah, and the bar is still there to hold it, to give to give added strength to it. But yeah, some of the pieces are still a bit sticky and tacky, so I'm gonna give it a couple of hours for it to dry up and then start working from there. But yeah, that's it. So the cooler box is fully settled. Now we had to build a frame around it. Already cut up the pieces. I just had to start putting them together and keep going forward from there. Alright guys, so that's it for today. We're done taking the whole car apart and cut out all the pieces we don't need, and we got the cooler box all settled in and filled up the underneath the cooler box to keep it steady without moving around while driving, and give support to it, because we would like to make it a bench as well, so someone could come up and sit and have a drink while resting at the beach. While doing that, we just realized how hard this project is. It was not as easy as we thought it would be to do without the proper tooling or anything like that. Well, we could have done it with metal and welded in all the pieces, but did not want to do it because this is a relatively fast Mini, and we would like to keep the weight as low as possible as well. And aluminum welding, I barely started welding with metal, so I have no idea how to do aluminum. So we're going with the rivet method. I mean, it's not structural. At some point, we're gonna do a roll cage, but this is just to give a form and shape of what we're gonna do to it. So that's being said, like, comment, and share, and as always, keep breaking bolts. I'll see you guys next time.
Close to the sun.